Four news stories from Ethiopia. Firstly, tomorrow Adwa celebrations will be held in Ethiopia. Tomorrow is a national holiday, the 2nd of March. Controversy is being seen about the venue of these celebrations. Venue was changed from Menelik Square to Adwa Bridge. Why was it changed? Secondly, viewers, an Amhara politician says that if he had to choose between Amharism and Ethiopianism, he would prefer Amharism. Who is this politician? Thirdly, China has announced a food assistance program for Ethiopia and other countries of the Horn of Africa. And lastly, Oromia regional government says that it has captured several Oromo fighters in a large military operation by forces in North Shore zone of Oromia region. Firstly, viewers, tomorrow is national holiday in Ethiopia. On the 2nd of March, Ethiopians celebrate Adwa victory. We know that more than 100 years ago, at the end of the 19th century, Ethiopians resisted colonial ambitions of Italian empire. And in Adwa, Tigray, Ethiopian forces defeated Italian forces. I think it was in 1895 when first war broke out between Italians and Ethiopians. Before that, in 1889, King Menelik II signed an agreement with Italians. That agreement was interpreted differently by Italians and Ethiopians. Then a war started, and in 1895 in Adwa, Ethiopians defeated Italians. In 1896, then Italians recognized Ethiopia as an independent country. So Ethiopia stopped Italian colonial ambitions. Back then, Ethiopian empire was a huge empire, and Ethiopian forces outnumbered Italian forces in 1895 war. Ethiopian forces were around 100,000. Italian was around 20,000. So heavily outnumbered Italian forces were, and they were defeated in Adwa. Ethiopians celebrate this victory every year on the 2nd of March. Celebrations are held at Menelik Square in Addis Ababa. But this year, the venue was changed. We saw invitation cards sent to the guests for tomorrow's ceremony. And on the cards, the venue of the ceremony was mentioned that it would be held at Adwa Bridge, not Menelik Square. That led to huge controversy. Ethiopian Patriot Association, several Ethiopian politicians, including some religious figures like Daniel Kibret, they reacted against the change of this venue, and they demanded that celebrations be held at Menelik Square, not at Adwa Bridge. Now, reportedly, Ethiopian government has backed down, and celebrations will be held at Menelik Square. Why was the venue changed? The change of venue was announced by Ethiopian Ministry of Culture, Addis Ababa government, Oromia regional government. Addis Ababa government, Ethiopian Ministry of Tourism and Culture, and Oromia regional government, they are coordinating to hold tomorrow's celebrations. Ethiopian Ministry of Culture and Tourism is led by Kajala Mardasa, who is from Oromia, and he leads a breakaway faction of Oromo Liberation Front. Addis Ababa government is led by Adnach Ababe, mayor. She's also an Oromo. So people say that Oromo politicians tried to change the venue from Menelik Square to Adwa Bridge. Why? Because Menelik's legacy is viewed differently in Oromia and Amhara. Some people say in Oromia that Menelik committed genocide of Oromos when he was ruling Ethiopia. That is why perhaps the venue was changed from Menelik Square to Adwa Bridge. But after reaction, after protest from several sections of society, now the government has backed down. Reportedly, celebrations will be held at Manlik Square tomorrow. We'll update you tomorrow. It should not have happened, viewers. There was no need to change this venue. Secondly, viewers, an Amhara politician says that if he had to choose between Amharism and Ethiopianism, he would prefer Amharism. Who is this politician? Desalegn Chane is a member of parliament of Ethiopian HOPR, very active, very outspoken. We saw him armed during TDF's offensive on Amhara. He vowed to fight against Tigray Defense Force. He is very active in the House as well. He raises questions. He opposed national emergency, lifting of national emergency a few days ago when the House discussed the lifting of this national emergency. And he is one of those MPs who got the most votes in 2021 general election. He has a following in Amhara. I think he's from Gojam. He says that if he had to choose between Amharism and Ethiopianism, he would prefer Amharism. Now, that is what other ethnic group leaders say too. Oromos say the same. Tigrayans say the same as well, mostly. If all these ethnic group leaders are loyal to their ethnic identity, how will Ethiopia gel into a nation? Ethiopia will always remain split in different regions, created and being governed along ethnic lines. If politicians who are opinion makers, if they issue such statements, these politicians should behave responsibly. They should try to gel the nation, gel different ethnic groups. They should not be representatives of a particular ethnic group. That is where problems start, that to protect their ethnic group members, they start opposing other ethnic groups as well. It leads to ethnic hatred. So these politicians who are known, who are well known, who are under the spotlight, international, national level, they should not issue such irresponsible statements. Thirdly, China is stepping in the Horn of Africa. We know that China has appointed a special envoy to the Horn of Africa. And now China is starting with delivering food assistance to the Horn of Africa countries. Today, China announced that it would start a food assistance program in Ethiopia, Somalia, and Djibouti. Ethiopia, Somalia, Djibouti will be the places where these food assistance programs will be started, and those areas which are affected by hunger, affected by drought, will be specially taken care of. US is already providing food assistance to Ethiopia. Now China wants to be a key player in this region. China has a base in Djibouti. It has investments in Ethiopia. It has close ties with Eritrea. China has strategic ambitions in the Horn of Africa. It is pursuing its ambitions through humanitarian channels. That is how these big powers operate, that they penetrate through humanitarian work. Then gradually they consolidate their positions in these countries. These countries are in need of food assistance. They're in need of aid as well. So if China is helping them, nothing wrong with them. with it, but the country should not compromise on their sovereignty, on their territorial integrity. They must ensure that their interests are protected because Horn of Africa is now the target of big powers in the world, US, China, and Russia too. Lastly, viewers, Oromo regional government said that it has conducted a huge operation against Oromo Liberation Army in North Chua zone of Oromia region. Some pictures are being shared. Some arrested members of OLA are being shown. It is being said that in this operation, several forces participated. Oromia Regional Force, Oromia Special Force, some federal forces were part of this operation, and several members of OLA have been arrested. OLA yesterday took control of a town in West Shiva. I shared this news with you, and so far, Oromo regional government has not responded to this development that OLA is in West Shiva. It is in control of a town in Jibbat, a Voreda of West Shiva. Instead, Oromia government said that it has captured several OLA members in North Shua. What happened in West Shua? So far, no statement from Oromia regional government. Thanks for watching.